Okay, well, I thought I'd kind of come back and do a summary for you guys. I know I'm kind of outrunning my headlights on occasion. I wanted to do a royal blue. I had modified a royal blue for smoke a long time ago for Chris Hamburger, and yeah, I did it, and it does work, and it smokes, and it looks and sounds great, but it was really hard, and it required a lot of grinding and cutting, and it just upset me to do that. I didn't like it. So I wanted to see if I could build a smoke that fit this engine. And I went through a lot of iterations of smoke, trying to modify the Flyer smoke to do what I wanted it to do. And I finally came up with a design of my own in all 3D printed parts. This is the first prototype. It's evolved over time. It's another prototype. And we're now down to what I think is a fairly good production part. This base piece here is called PETG. It's a type of plastic. This is metallic silver. This lid and hot box, as I call it, is made with carbon fiber impregnated nylon. It is very strong, and it's very heat resistant. And when I put this on like this and have all the right parts and screw it together, it doesn't leak, and it smokes, and it lasts and all. I've gone through a few iterations of building these Frankentrain engines, and I actually came up with a method of mounting all of the stuff I want to put in the tenders. So I have a little frame that bolts to the tender, and then you can bolt all of the electronics to it, and it gives you a really good layout that doesn't create a heating problem or possibility of shorting. So I'm going to pull these off and show you what's going on inside there. So here you see the smoke as I showed you, and these are the leads, and this is a board that has come off. It's supposed to sit nice and pretty right there, okay? And I messed with its wire and it got mad at me. This is a board I'll explain. These are little gears that drive these little switches and give us pulses. That's a fan motor that drives an impeller that sucks air in here and pushes it out here, and in here's the heater, and as it gets hot, there's oil, just like our other engines, and the fan blows the air over the oil, and smoke comes out the top. It sucks air in here on the side and blows it out the top. It's really, really nice design. This bracket I added for two reasons. I needed two pulses. One pulse to pulse the fan, pump, 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 so you get puffs of air. And then the other pulse is used to pulse the speaker through this soundboard. So you get a puff, you get a chuff, 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 puff, 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 in synchronization, because they're all off the same gear on the same shaft, off the same motor. And we can do these in single, double, or 4 pulses per revolution. It's a mechanical change, not software change. Part of the, I won't say issue, but part of the requirement of my smoke is to keep the heat down. I can't go berserk with the heat. And the way to do that is I bring in a voltage regulator. This takes the track voltage in and spits it out in 6 volts maximum. And you can dial it. There's a little piece. You can crank it up to 9 or 10 or 15. At 15, it melts my plastic. Don't do that. 12, it gets warm and soft. 9 and 10, it can get a little soft. It could go 6, 7, 8 pretty easily. But honestly, you're smoking so much, you got to be careful. Your wife or somebody going to come after you. In this case, I would have had a the Lionel reverse. I'll show you one. It looks like this. This is a Lionel reverse, and I can get them, but they all of mine broke. I get old stuff and then I try to fix it and I can't. But at any rate, this chassis is designed for this to fit inside there and then operate the motor. Okay, so it would fit in there like that. All these other bits would fit around it, and that is your digital. That is your digital reverse, and it runs the DC motors, DC only. And the old original American Flyer engine, while it runs AC, it is a universal motor. It can run AC or DC, so it could run the AC. That digital reverse could replace the mechanical reverse and give us something. Yeah. Redskins are on the move. Okay, so the rectifier brings in track voltage and sends out 6 volts DC, and that goes into the heater. The heater is set at 6 volts, and it has a 10 or 11 ohm resistor wound with the angel hair, like we all know and love, right? Angel hair. Angel hair soaked in the oil. Same thing, drop the oil in the top, soaks up, and then it wicks its way up to the heater. And I have other ones around I can show you later, but in any case. So that is regulating that. Then the reverse unit would be here, and it would control the motor forward or back. And then these pieces, this is the trigger for the sound that would go into one of these switches, and that would give you the chuff, chuff, chuff every 4 revs, or however many bumps we have on our little cam there. Now this board is unique, and it's for the little motor. A little motor can only handle 5 volts. It's a little hard to get 5 volt, 6 volt, 12 volt, track volt, you know. So what we do is we put this little board in, and it gets track voltage through the black and the red, and it brings the track voltage down to 5 volts, and it links into a limit switch that is triggered when the cam is on, and that means motor's on. So anytime this goes around, and it can be 1 time, 2 times, or 4 times, it will fire this little motor, and this little motor goes puff, puff. The same instant as this trigger goes for the soundboard, it goes chuff, chuff. So it's going chuff, puff at the same time, synchronized. Okay, so this is the chuff board, the puff board, you might say, and this is the chuff soundboard. Now this also has a horn. It also has a horn and a bell, and it's an older style board. I'm working on some new stuff. I'll show you in a few seconds. But in any case, this is my build. This is where I'm at. I'm at the point of wiring these 2 pieces together. You can see I have labels. I'm such a good engineer, right? I have labels on my wires. I know where everything goes. And it's going to tie into the switches, the fan motor, and the heater, and the motor itself. And this will be a forward only because of this, right? But it will have sounds. I'll show you how we're going to do that later. And it will have synchronized puff and chuff in a royal blue. I don't have the royal blue thing, but this is off my bullet. It fits. So that's where I'm at. This is what I've done. I've built this, designed this chassis adapter. I've stuffed it with the electronics. I've built 2 of these. A second one is already out there with a friend of mine in an Atlantic. He also has this mechanism. He also has a version of this. This is updated from his. But the same kinds of stuff. The adapter plate is for the royal blue. I have other adapter plates I'm building. I have another adapter plate. I don't know, I can't find it, but I have others for all of the engines, including the Franklin. On the sound stuff, what I've found is a soundboard and an amplifier, and then a wireless interface to a button box that runs a 4 ohm speaker. I haven't got this wired, as you can see, but it's kind of all there, and it's really not very big. The idea is chuff would be like an on or off. Turn chuff on, turn chuff off. The whistle will be, as long as you hold the whistle, you got a whistle. And then the bell is you click it on and it rings until you click it again and turn it off. Now I do have 4 buttons here. I also have the capability of playing a 4th sound, and what I want to do then is devise a way to record a station message that is custom to your engine. So you push this button, now arriving on track 3 from Chicago, Illinois, the Murphy Special, blah, 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 whatever. So this is where I want to get to with sound that would replace this board and this speaker, because this is an obsolete board. I have a few. I'm just using them because I like them. They're small, but you can't buy them. And the board that does replace it is $90. All of this stuff here was under $30. So for 1/3 the price, we can have 4 sounds, and actually the 4th one could be programmable to a station announcement. So that's the progress. That's where I'm at. All right. And this is my number 2 complete demo engine. Number 1 demo engine I gave to a friend, and I hope he enjoys it. Rascal. I like this guy. I really like him, and he deserved it. He's a good guy. Anyway, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go upstairs and sit with my wife. Isn't that fun how that just fits right in there? What we got? November something, looks like 51. Something like that. I don't know. But that fits nice. This fits nice. Everything fits nice. It's going to be great. And it will run. It will be up soon. I'm hoping in the next day or 2 I'll have time to get this wired and tested, and then I'll show you how it works. I'll run it without all the skins on, and then I'll put the skins on. We'll see how it looks. And if I get all excited and like it, I may send these out for paint and try to make it nicer for somebody. Unless somebody's got a royal blue tender I could get. All I have is that old ratty thing. But in any case, I wanted to get this out so you guys see. When I'm doing something and I show you a video and you say, oh, look at this, it did this. It's probably, like a small piece of what I'm working on, but this is what I'm working on. I would like to be able to put these as a kit. Either the kit, you buy plastic parts, or I give you the list, or you order the plastic from somebody who prints it for you. I have the designs. I'll set that up for you. And we can put all of this in just about every engine, every Atlantic, Pacific, K5, 290, Hudson, Streamliner, and Northern. Any engine, American Flyer. I could probably do Lionel, but I'm just not. I don't have any Lionel to try. So if you've got a junker Lionel you want me to blow up, let me know. I'll work on it. Okay, this is what's happening. Okay, this is what I'm doing. This is all part of my new adventure. Right? We're doing it, man. I'm making parts right now. I'm making a new strut for my printer for stability. I made the left side, now I'm printing the right side, and that'll tighten up the top of this printer for me. Okay, that's it. Gotta go. Ball game. Later.